Many young people and also adults, they are confused. Like, they want to know what is God's will for them. They want to know if it is God's will for them to be a doctor, or if it is God's will for them to be a lawyer. And also in terms of their calling, like, what has God called them to do? Has God called them to be a pastor or something like that? So they are confused. So in this video, that's what I want to clarify. That's what I want to explain. So it's career versus calling. So let's talk about career. So when it comes to career is something that is up to you to decide. Yeah, it is your choice. It's not something that you have to go on a long fast in order to discover. Career is your choice. And if you should ask Apostle Paul what God wants you to do in terms of career, he would say that whatever you do, do as unto the Lord. So career is something you choose based on what you love, what you are good at, what matches your gift, whatever helps people and can bring God's glory. Career is up to you. Then take note, career is not something you do for fun. It's not something you do for charity. It is something you do for finance, something you do to get money and feed yourself and take care of yourself and your family. And most people make certain mistakes in career, like they go to pick career that doesn't pay well. And then maybe after spending so many years in school, they will generate student debt and their career doesn't pay well and they won't be able to get money to pay off their student loan. But that is very wrong. If you're choosing a career, look into it, know how much it pays. If it doesn't pay well, look into it, know the amount it pays before going into it. But you have to take note that career can also change. Your career, you can change your career. Maybe you have the passion to save people's life. For the meantime, maybe then you venture into doctor, but maybe along the line you might feel like there are a lot of injustice going on, that you want to be a lawyer and you can switch. So career is something you can change. And then again, there are some exceptions to this. Like, there are people who God told specifically, God has spoken specifically, God has told them that, hey, for you, I want you to be a nurse. For you, I want you to be a lawyer. Yeah, for those people, those ones are exception. But if God has not spoken to you, if God has not clearly told you what to do, then it's up to you to decide what you do, if you want to be a doctor or if you want to be a lawyer. Then in terms of the calling, we have two kinds of calling. We have the general calling, that is for every Christian. And then we have the specific calling, that is if God have called you to be like a pastor or So for the general calling, that one is for all Christians. And this general calling is for us to stay with God, to stay away from sin, to win souls for God, and also to make disciples, also to heal the sick, cast out demons, and all those stuff. So that one is for all Christians. It's not only for pastors. So that is a general calling. But for specific calling, this is when God has called you to open a church, be a pastor, or maybe full-time minister. And one problem people have with this is that people are eager to know their specific calling. They want to know if God has called them to go into full-time ministry. So but my advice is that don't be eager, don't be in a rush to discover your specific calling. Be busy with the general calling. The general calling that God has given us. Be busy with it, be doing it, win souls, make disciples for Jesus Christ, stay away from sin. So be doing the general callings first before trying to discover your specific calling. And trust me, while you are doing this general calling, you discover your specific calling. So and here are clear differences between career and calling. So first, career is decided. It is up to you. But your calling is discovered. Your career can change. You can choose to change it at any time. But your calling, it doesn't change. Then lastly, career is something you do for money. It's not something you do for fun. But calling is something you do even if money is involved or not. To summarize everything, I will quote Bill Johnson. So Bill Johnson said, people often come to me to ask me to pray for them, that they will discover God's will for their life. I already know God's will for their life, which is to heal the sick, raise the dead, cast out devils, cleanse lepers. And then they say, yes, but I need to know if I should be a school teacher or a missionary. And I say, well, just pick one and heal the sick, raise the dead, cast out demons, cleanse leper. Or they will say, I just don't know whether I should be married or should be single. And I'll reply, what do you want to be? And then they will say, I really want to be married. Then I'll reply, then get married, heal the sick, raise the dead, cast out demons, and cleanse lepers.